And then he took the bag, and then when he ran, I realized that I left my room key in the bag. So I shouted, I'm like, hey, can you please give me my room key? And the guy just turns around and says, what? I said, my room key. And then he says, what's that?
Yeah. But in between, I'll also get you some questions from this side. Okay.
Well, are you living a meaningful life? I honestly believe I am. I just believe I'm living my purpose. And my purpose is to come to this world and change lives. So yeah, I'm doing what I was born, or rather what I was put on this earth to do. So I am living a really meaningful life. Oh wow. Which website do you visit the most? Wow. Well, I'm such a social media person. So you're speaking of particular websites. I would say I visit Facebook more because that's where I normally do my business and also just socialize, get my clients, have fun, speak to my friends. So I would say I visit Facebook quite a lot.
Okay, since you spoke about like friends, so how do you choose your friends?
Well, in terms of that, I really choose my friends based on character. Also, it's a bond, it's a connection that I obviously get. So I choose my friends mostly on the character that they have, the sort of ambitions or goals or sort of interests they have. And also, when you choose a friend, you really can't say you choose them. I mean, some of these people are just a connection that you bond. We meet at a place, we speak and we realize that we have seen things in common or whatever, and that's, I guess, you choose them. But also at the end of the day, that's a very broad question. This question I don't understand, but it says, are you pro-choice or pro-life?
Okay, read at the bottom.
Pro-life, opposing abortion, pro-choice, advocating
for abortion.
Oh, yeah, no, I am. No, I'm actually pro-choice. If we speak in this aspect, I would say I am pro-choice because I feel like people need to be able to choose what they want to do in their lives, not do things just because it's what is supposed to happen. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I would say I'm really pro-choice because I'm also living a life where I'm very choice. I choose what I would want to do. What movie title best describes your life? Ooh, I'm not really a movie person, but I would say the movie that best describes my life, I would really need to think. I think not Dancing with the Star, not Daily Dancing even. Is it Street Dancing? The movie about that girl who loves dancing and then they end up winning something, you know, that movie. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that movie. What would your perfect room look like? You mean like my bedroom? Oh, a little bed, a big ass bed by the corner with a really beautiful white nightstand with a really good spacious, really wide cupboard. And I would like the walls to have one side sort of white color, not sort of, but a white color and a black color, because I always believe in the best of both worlds. So yeah, that would be my perfect room. And obviously clean all the time.
Tell us that one event that makes you laugh out loud or smile whenever it crosses your mind.
That happened to me.
Yeah.
Oh wow. There are quite a lot, but I can't actually put a finger on one. But I would say, about 2 weeks ago or something, I fell ill to a point where I kind of fainted, and my friends were very historical. And imagine my friends are boys, so they were crying and all this stuff. So every time they kind of narrate the story to me, I feel like I usually imagine a very different situation, because just thinking of them crying and going on, because some of them were even freaking out. So I think that event always, when it crosses my mind, it kind of also just like makes me really laugh, because I just kind of imagine how they were feeling, not feeling how they were acting, and they are not the best ever. But yeah, I think that is what makes me very laugh. complete the sentence. I wish I had someone whom I could share my life with. I mean, duh. What's your fondest memory of being a child? I would say was when I was because when I was in high school between grade 8 to 9, I was in a school, not a school choir though, but I was in a band. So because I'm not the best singer at hand and I was in a musical group, we would always have to go to choir. So I remember we had to be forced to be in choir. So just that experience of having to learn how to sing, I would say was my most fondest because it put me through an experience. It was one of the most funniest experiences of my life because I can't sing to save my life, and I had to be put in a situation where I had to learn how to sing. Until to this day, even after doing choir for 3 years, I still can't sing. And that was one of my fondest memories because it was a fun experience. And I was also, at that time was when I was in Germany, when I went to Germany, because I met a lot of people, and I mean, my dark skin, cocoa skin got me a lot of relationships, and I was just in grade 12, so I would say that was lit. It was lit. Oh, this is actually funny. What TV show or movie do you refuse to watch? Game of Thrones. What is that? No, really? What is that? I would not want to watch it ever. I tried to watch an episode, but I was just like, this is not for me. Yeah, but that's the TV show or movie that I would never want to watch ever in my life. What's your best single day on the calendar? What does that mean?
Like one day, like what's your best day? What is that one
Like
day of the year that you always look forward to?
Like a celebration of some sort, or
yeah.
Obviously my birthday, duh. I wouldn't say I'm one person that likes to get old because when you work in the fashion industry, you always are prompt to want to be younger because it just gives you longer life, you would thrive better. So I hate the concept of getting old, but I also love celebrating birthdays. So I would say the most day I look forward to on the calendar is my birthday, which is the 20th of July, because then you get to get love, people care or whatever. But yeah, that's one of my best days ever.
Talking about the best day of your life, so what's the most embarrassing event in your life?
I would say, I feel like people, we all have experienced this. I mean, we all have experienced this where you have either walked into a glass door or whether you have what. But I would say my most embarrassing was I was walking and I was on my phone. You know when a garage door opens up, it stands at some sort of level, right? So for me, I just saw that there was an opening and I didn't see that the garage door was lower to a level where it was here. So me on my phone, I just walked through and then I bumped my head against that garage door. And imagine it was me entering into some sort of an event and people were having speeches and whatever. So I was just on my phone. So me hitting that kind of attracted attention to me. And I thought I was looking my best. After that, everything was not interesting anymore. Because we started laughing, I had to act some sort of way. I'm like, oh my God. But I knew I had a headache afterwards. I thought it was my most embarrassing because I've had a lot of them, but I feel like it was the most embarrassing because it was in front of my industry colleagues. And some of them, whenever they see me, they kind of bring that up. But yeah, I mean, it happened. What keeps you motivated? I would say my passion. I'm really passionate about what I do. I'm also very, my background, where I come from, for lack of a better word, that keeps me motivated because I always want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to be better than what I was in the past, and I'm in an industry which always proves to want to grow in every aspect. So I think I believe that's what keeps me motivated, and I judge myself too much. I'm the worst self-critic ever. So most of the time I'm always like feeling in some sort of way. So that's what keeps me motivated to be the best and do the best all the time. Yeah. Is there a person that you don't see eye to eye or had a fight with recently? Do I need to drop a name or? And that's the tea. Well, I have a few people, but there's this one specific person. It's not that we had a fight recently, but it has been ongoing. It's an industry feud. Mara, I'm I'm ready. Every time I see him, I'm ready to fight.
Okay, talking about the violence, the fights, have you ever been mugged or robbed?
Yeah, I have. I have twice, and it's the worst experience one can ever have. I feel my first experience was actually way worse than my second because it left me physically bruised. I had to see a psychologist afterwards because it was really traumatizing. I just returned from South Africa, from a very difficult time in my life. I thought I was going to go to South Africa and become the next Bonam Mateba or whatever, and 3 months down the line I come back and I hadn't been able to achieve a goal. And I'm living my best life, and 5 guys decided to attack me and they left me with bruises. I was hospitalized for a while and had to see a psychologist. So yeah, that's what happened. My second time was I was with a friend. We came in from the club and we just attacked, but it was very funny. It was something to laugh about at the end of the day. So what had happened was, boy, we came from the biggest clubs. We came from the biggest clubs and we were walking to a friend's place because we were staying at a friend's place. So my friend had forgotten his phone in a friend's car. So, and then we stood for me to give. I was like, no, give me your phone, let me call our friend. Let me call him so he can just bring back my phone because I forgot my phone there. So as we were standing waiting there, 2 guys just approached us and literally I was standing casually like nothing is happening. So, standing with my legs crossed and I see 2 guys running towards us, but I thought they were going to pass by us. So next thing I know, guys, just keep in mind, we were late, we're coming to a club. So it's not like we're late, but we're doch somewhere there by the vibes. And then the guy just comes and then, because I had my laptop bag on, but there was no laptop, I was just coming from work, so I just had like my laptop bag. So they assumed I had a laptop. So they came and then the guy cut the cord or whatever that thing is called that holds the bag. And then he took my laptop. So we automatically ran. So your boy here thought he was running fast. I thought I was doing the best. I just ran across the street. Literally the guy was behind me. The people even stood. I even turned around to look at them and I actually stood and watched them walk around, rather run towards me. And I had a burger because I bought it by the service. So the guy was like, yeah, where's your phone? Literally, they took my phone from my friend. So my friend ran in the opposite direction. And they ran to me because they had assumed my friend had my phone. So they thought that was his phone. So like, okay, I think in their mind they were thinking, let them run after me so that they can get my phone. So the guy comes to me and he's like, yeah, where's your phone? Literally casually, I'm saying I don't have a phone. The guy charges me and I had money. Luckily he didn't feel the money. And then he's like, yeah, bring that beggar. And I say, no, I'm eating. And he's like, no, bring the beggar. At this point the guy has a knife. And then he took the beggar. And then when he ran, I realized that I had left my room key in the bag. So I shouted, I'm like, hey, can you please give me my room key? And the guy just turns around and says, what? I said, my room key. And then he says, what's that? And then he runs away. So I feel like it was such a laughing matter, but I mean, it's not good. I just believe violence is a wrong thing. I mean, attacking someone, making them feel vulnerable because of something that they have. I feel like if you want to rob a person, I mean, let's have a discussion. Tell me, hi, I'm about to rob you. Or give me the freedom to either attack you or give me the freedom to at least have a conversation. Because if you attack me and how do you expect me to respond? That's how one of us would end up dead, and that's not going to be me. Where is the most interesting place you have ever been to, like in Namibia or internationally? Recently, I was in South Africa, in Joburg. So I've heard so much about Soweto growing up. You know what they say, like I said earlier, I've lived in South Africa. But I only was in the suburbs, living there by the biggest cities. So when I went back recently, I had to stay with a friend and he lives in Soweto. So I say that's such an interesting place because the perception I had of it was very different from the experience I had because it was more safer, I got to learn so much. I got to learn so much about the South African culture, the South African people. As much as I didn't learn my first time I was in South Africa, and I was there for longer than I was recently. So I would say the most interesting place I've ever been to around the world would be Soweto, and I wish to go back anytime, any day, basically. Do you believe in love at first sight? I am a romantic. I'm a hopeless romantic. I always want to fall in love with people at first see, because I also believe that physical looks can already give people a perception of who the person is. So yes, answering the question, yes, I do believe in love at first sight, but at least first sight should be also longer than just sight. I mean, duh. Which part on your body is your favorite? Wow, I have a banging body in case you don't know. But I would say my most favorite part of my body would be my legs. I have always believed that I have gorgeous legs. I have very amazing legs. So yeah, I think that would be the best part of my body, my legs. And I mean, they can walk in heels. So. Hi, my name is Bobby Kanyusa. I'm an internationally recognized pageant contributor, stylist, and a model agent from Windhoek, Namibia. Please don't forget to follow me on all my social handles. That's just Bobby Kanyusa. And also, while you're there, don't forget to follow Cloyd Square on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.